Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, I have this new little drone from Snaptain that I'm going to review today. This is the E10. Now this is an optical flow position hold drone. It does not have GPS. There's a little optical flow camera right up here. So again, there's no GPS on this. It's a 1080p camera that is motorized tilt, but there is no gimbal. So you're not going to get real stable video from this drone. It has brushed motors. And it does have a micro SD card slot, which is very nice, which means you don't have to record video over the Wi-Fi feed. This is pretty uncommon on drones at this price and with brush motors because they have to pay like a licensing fee just to use micro SD card slots in these drones. So a lot of these manufacturers will skimp out on that. So now you're going to get some 1080p at 30 FPS video recorded to the card, which is really nice. And I'll be showing that to you guys in a video today. You have some LEDs here on the front and the back. I think it was, let me turn it on here. It's blue, it's gonna be hard to see. And if you press it, it's green in the rear. So blue in the front and green in the rear of this little drone. And it's ultra lightweight is what they advertise. It's 185 grams. So it is way under the 250 gram limit here in the US, to which you would have to register the drone, have an FAA number on there and remote ID. More importantly, this does not need a remote ID module. So let me very quickly show you guys the controller. We'll set the drone down. Here is the controller. And I've already swung these little handles out. You pull these out and they can actually go way out, which is kind of unique. There are some antennas on top, but they look like they're fake. I don't see any wire in either one. So, I mean, I'll put them up, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. Your phone clip holder is right here. And then you see an altitude hold. So, you know, that'll help it hold its altitude along with the optical flow position hold. Up on top here, you've got a angle. This is to tilt the camera from straight down. And this is a digital zoom. You can zoom in the app by just moving this dial. So it's probably, I don't think it's gonna record to the actual video you're recording to the SD card. It's just gonna do it in the app itself. So if you screen recorded the app, then you'd be able to capture that zoom. You have photos here, and then your video is right here. Again, it's 1080p at 30 FPS. This is your auto takeoff. This is your speed switches here. So you're gonna switch between, it's gonna be 2 or 3 rates. I didn't catch in the manual how many it was. They do give you a little cheat sheet here that goes on top. So you can hold that over there if you have any questions. This is your power button. You have some blue indicator lights here. And there is a micro USB-C charging spot here on the bottom. They give you a cable, and that will allow you to plug that in and actually charge the built-in LiPo. And over here you have a stop button, like I said, and then right here you've got a 3D, your 3D flips are kind of a unique spot. Usually those on the shoulder of a controller. So you press that and in the direction you want to flip. And then up here is your circle flight. It's gonna do these like circles, and then just move along and do that. And we'll try to test it out. And there is a little wind today from right to left, I believe it was. So we'll have to see, you know, how well we can do that depending on the wind at the time that we're flying the drone here today. And quickly, I should show you the battery that comes with the drone here in the rear. I think I've got 2 of them inside there, and I'll show you guys. This comes really nicely packaged in a really nice case, and it's just beautifully packaged. This is like DJI level packaging. So I took a little video. I'll put up here on the screen showing you guys just me opening up the case so you can see the case and how nicely packaged this is. But there is the battery in here, which is a little hard to get out. This is a 1S LiPo. I think it was 3.8 volt it said. So I think that would make it a high voltage LiPo. And it is 2000 milliamp hours. So it ought to get a pretty decent flight time given the lightweightness of this drone. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook this up and we'll connect it to the app. The app is a Snaptain FPV app. So I'll put a screenshot from the Play Store here. That's what you'll look for. There's a QR code as well that they'll give you in the instruction manual to scan and download the app for either Android or iPhone. And yeah, that's the app you're going to use to actually look at the FPV feed, if I can spit it out, for this drone. So let me get the drone connected to the controller and to the app over the it uses 5G Wi-Fi connection, which is good. And we'll get this bird up in the air and see how it flies, so I'll be right back. Okay, we have it all connected. Now, I haven't gone fully into the app. When you load up the Snaptain FPV app, you see the E10. They also has an E20 in here that I think they show you. We're gonna want the E10. I don't know how well this is gonna show up. I'm not screen recording this, but what you wanna do, if you can't see this again, I don't know how well it's gonna show up. On the very main screen, you wanna click on More, And down here, there's gonna be a flight altitude setting. You can slide this up from 20 to 80 meters. Now, I don't plan on going 20 meters. That's still pretty high, but you can reduce, you can increase, I should say, that cap. And you have to do it from that main screen, which is very weird. You click set and it will save that setting. You should do it while you're connected to the drone just to make sure that it may have to upload that something to the flight controller. It could just be something with an app, I don't know. And at that point, you're just gonna click on the function display, and then you're gonna see while we're loading up the video. So we'll start recording some of that 1080p video. Let's get this drone up in the air and see how this guy flies. So I'm just gonna press the record button here, which I believe is the top left. And now we're recording video, and now you guys will see the onboard video from the SD card. Let's do the auto takeoff. Let's see if it takes off, or do I need to unlock the props? Now you long press it, yeah. It's noisy because it's brush motor and it's geared. So boy, that is really noisy. These brush motors are noisier than brushless, and if they're geared, they're really noisy. If they're direct driven where they sit on top of the motor, then they're much quieter and efficient. But sometimes they need to gear it for the ratios and stuff. That's actually pretty darn stable at optical flow. It's working really well. Let's see if we can take it over here and try to turn it around and see if we can, well, with this wind it's gonna be tough. Let's see, it's floating away. Let's see if it can hold position. And let's try, it's doing a pretty darn good job for optical flow. And you can see the video is shaking quite a bit. And let's try tilting the camera down. I thought this, you must see, it's a pretty smooth tilt. Usually these are real herky-jerky tilts on these. I wanted to, as good as this whole position, I might be able to tilt it around. You guys don't necessarily see me, but let's get it over. It's gonna take it a moment to catch its position. Let's see if we can. And there I am. That's doing I mean, that's a decent wind today. And that's, you know, I know it's not perfect, but I mean, a lot of these optical flow, they don't even have it. They can't even try to hold position before they're getting pushed away. So it means the camera is decent quality, and the software and the programming is recognizing the differences just in my pool cover, which is not gonna be easy with all being mostly blue. It's doing a good job. All right, let's see, what rate are we in here? That's the highest. I bet it starts in the middle. Let's see. That's the lowest. Well, that's slow. Yeah, now we got middle and highest. I'm gonna go to highest just because of that wind, even though it seems to be doing a pretty good job again for being just brush motors. Just fighting some pretty good wind right now. Let's take it up a little higher here, and let's see if we can do a few of those 360 flips while we have some decent power. Now, as we get higher, the optical flow is only going to work within a certain range. Keep that in mind, but it seems to be working pretty good there. Let's press the 360 flips. Yeah, flipped just fine. So you press the button, it'll beep, and then you just press the direction you want to flip. And again, it's fighting some wind. So to flip, you know, be prepared to recover the control, take over the controls, and really have to rebound that whenever it's doing the flips. Let's do a forward. There we go. So what I'm gonna try now is let's try that circle fly, preparing to exit low altitude stability. It's giving some sort of warning, and I think that may be something about the optical flow. I guess if you get too low to the ground, optical flow doesn't work well because it's too close to what it's trying to look at, that it can't recognize enough to keep position. I think that may be what that warning was. So let's try that circle fly, but we're not gonna do this long because it's gonna wanna just get pushed away. And there we go. And there's our circle fly. Let's see if I just give it controls, I should stop it, and I have. I gotta say, I'm super impressed with this. You know, Snaptain, I've reviewed Snaptain for many years. They were very prominent on Amazon. Now they don't sell on Amazon anymore. They sell on like Best Buy and Walmart, and from I think their website. I don't know if they're on AliExpress. I don't think that they are. But yeah, this thing flies great. It's just really noisy. But what I'm really most impressed with is how good this optical flow works. I just usually have low expectation for the optical flow drones because they just usually don't hold position very well. This reminds me of a GPS. It backs up, it's holding position. I mean, it's fighting a wind head on here from right to left. It's doing a great job. Let's see, I don't think there's a whole lot else to test. Just fly it around here. We've done 360 flips. We see it holds position. And a circle fly works fine. I mean, the only thing I'd always like to point out just any little thing I can think of. And I don't, it's hard to give something 100% pass. And this is about as close as you'll get. I mean, the only thing I can even try to think to complain about is this is noisy. But geared brush motors are noisy. So these are quite noisy. If I get close here, I want to see if the optical flow will lots of times follow your hand. Let's see if I can get it over here and do that. See that? Yeah, it's following my hand. It's gonna be hard to hear. Oh, my voice over the motors are so loud. Yeah. This is super good. Like, this is the best brush motor, optical flow drone I can think of flying. I mean, I don't know if I've ever flown one with optical flow with brush motors this good. Getting that little warning in the app again. I think again, it just has to do with my altitude. I mean, there are equally as good at brush motor drones like the little K99 Pro for like 15 to 20 bucks on AliExpress that will fly around and be just as good, but it doesn't have optical flow. And this camera is terrible compared to this one, I'm sure. Even though this is wobbly, this 1080p camera, I'm sure on this one I can tell is better. This is definitely a nicer drone, but this is going to be considerably more expensive. Now, Snaptain, I've had a relationship with them for many years on the channel, going back to, as I said, their Amazon days. And I don't know what the price of this. They were kind enough to send us out for review. I will link to Best Buy, Walmart, whatever places I can find this if you're interested. But I will be honest, a lot of these Snaptain drones, now that they're not on Amazon, they are overpriced. I'm not exactly sure why that is. So I have a feeling that as nice as this drone is, I have a feeling, and I could be wrong, this drone's probably going to be a bit too expensive for what it offers. But we will see. Like I said, I just forgot to check that before the video. But you guys can certainly check out the link and make that decision for yourself. I can tell you now, it is not a piece of junk. This is not a drone you're going to dislike flying. It's just going to come down to the price, as I mentioned. It's a pretty chilly day today. It's been very warm. I was in shorts 2 days ago. It's in the 40s today. Had a little snow last night. That didn't amount to anything, but my hands are pretty cold. So this is getting a long flight time. We are having trouble seeing here with my sunglasses on. Over 8 minutes now since we took off. That's not bad. And we have not reached any low battery. Typically these drones will do more than just flashing lights. They will usually beep at you, the controller or your phone or something. And it's not done that yet. Well, I don't think there's much else to test. We can fly it till it goes dead, but I think you guys get an idea. We got a good long flight time out of this compared to what you would typically see of these more toy grade type drones. We got some big turkey vultures up here. They're probably a bit curious about what this is flying around. So let's go ahead and stop recording video here. And there we go. That way we know we got it saved to the SD card, because if this goes dead, we power it off, it's a very good chance we'll lose that recording on the card and we'll end up with nothing. I'm just gonna go ahead here and we could try a manual automatic landing, I should say. Let's hold that. And it's coming down. I'm just correcting it a bit. Oop. There we go. Kind of bumped into these straps for the pool. I gotta be careful here. I don't step over the area where the pool entrance is. Yeah, I'm super impressed with this. This is a very nice little drone. It flies just exceptionally well. The optical flow is the best I've ever seen on a drone that only has optical flow. A lot of GPS have optical flow as a backup option. This almost, at times, this holds almost GPS-like quality with a decent breeze going. Again, I'm just super impressed with this. And lightweight, no worried about any registration or remote ID. All right, guys, if you're interested in this drone, again, I'll have a purchase link in the video description and the pinned comment. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And while you're at it, click that bell. That way you'll be notified when I do upload new videos. And as always, guys, have a great day.
The power of the dark side.